But we know our Councilman Mathieu Eugene is here, and we'd like to have Mathieu come up, talk to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let me say the truth.
But we know our Councilman Mathieu Eugene is here, and we'd like to have Mathieu come up, talk to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let me say the truth. You know, council members don't have time. But for Mr. Martin, I have time. You know, I'm speechless. I don't think that words are enough to talk about Mr. Martin. You all will agree with me. And I think that the speakers before me, even I was not here, I've said everything about him. But when you know, we are all selfish, and I'm very selfish too. When you have something good, when you have a great friend, you don't want him to move. I don't want him to go. I would like to keep it, but you know, city council members, we don't have that type of power. But if I had that power, I would keep him. But even I'm very selfish. Some of the time I got to go beyond my selfishness and think about other people and think about also the people that we are serving, people in New York, because he's such an outstanding leader and servant. He has done so much over here in Kings County, and I think that other people deserve to benefit, from his skill, his talent, his dedication. That's the reason I would let him go. For that I won't do any effort. Mr. Martin is a great friend, a great partner, an outstanding leader. And believe me, I'm so proud to say that he's my friend. I call him a friend. And, his achievement, he has a list of achievements. If I have to talk about all his achievements, you won't move from here. And I don't want to give you that type of punishment. But Mr. Martin went beyond his responsibility. And I don't know if you remember when Haiti was hit by the horrific earthquake. That was a nightmare, a dark day in the history of Haiti. You all remember that. That was a big blow for Haiti. And as you know, I was born and raised in Haiti, and I'm fortunate and blessed to be the first Haitian American to be elected as a city council member in New York. I had to do something. I had to do everything that I could to alleviate the suffering of my brothers and sisters. But I couldn't do it alone. I was looking for partners, for people of goodwill, people who could help me. But Mr. Martin was one of them. And he did, several things that I didn't know how to resolve them. Let me give you one of them. One of the survivors of the earthquake, one of the houses collapsed on her, and she had her leg severely damaged. And she was hospitalized in Haiti from January to May. And she was released after 5 weeks. And when I received those pictures, as a medical doctor myself, I said, oh my God, something should be done. And I called the American ambassador and I said, sir, I have to help that lady. I want you to give her a visa to come to the United States. And I received his response, but the question was how she was going to pay for the surgery, for the medical care. She didn't have a green card, she didn't have medical insurance. I said, oh my God, he had a point. And I called Mr. Martin. Without any hesitation, he told me, Mathieu, bring her over here. Bring her over here. And to make this story short, the lady went through surgery, very expensive surgery, and therapy. I believe the last one was the last month. But right now, thank God, because of the heart, because of the type of leader and servant that Mr. Martin is, now is able to walk properly. She is able to dance. For that and for many other things, Mr. Martin, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Mr. Martin is a great leader too. I was motivated by his leadership, his dedication. Even when the budget is tight, tough, bad, in the city council, I remember last year, in his spirit to advocate and to do more for Kings County, he came to me and said, Mathieu, I need your help. And I said, Mr. Martin, you deserve more than my help. And I tried, and I was able to secure $2 million for Kings County last year. And guess what? For this year budget, it was tougher than last year. But by the grace of God, because of the motivation of Mr. Martin, because I feel that I should be part of what he's doing, by the grace of God, I was able to secure for this budget $3.5 million. And I know, and you know, I honor this great institution to the people in my district, to the people in New York, and to the people, I can say, in the state of New York, because everybody come over here. And I believe this is my obligation as the city council member, or your city council member, to do everything that I can do to provide the resources, the necessary resources, to all of you hardworking people, great staff of Mr. Martin, and great staff of this institution. I have to do everything that I can to provide the resources for you to continue to provide the best quality of healthcare to our brothers and sisters. Let me conclude by saying that, Mr. Martin, I've been trying to see what I can give you, but I thought about everything, but the best thing that I can offer you, for everything you have done for this great institution, for everything that you have done for the people in my district, making me look good, and for everything you have done for people in New York, I want to present you the best that we have, the highest tribute that we have from the city of New York, a proclamation from the great city of New York. And I want to say, even you are going to be greatly missed, and I don't know what we are going to do. Even I know that the new wonderful person that I met also, Miss Rosalyn Weinstein, I have a feeling that she was to good. With the support, the comprehension of the good staff, the wonderful staff that we have at Kings County, I know that she's going to do good. And I'm asking you, Miss Weinstein, to continue the same partnership that I had with Mr. Matt. Because we started so many projects. We were thinking achieving so many things we didn't finish. But I hope that you will pursue, you will will continue what Mr. Martin started to do together with me. And I guarantee you the same dedication, the same partnership. Mr. Martin, I wish you the best. You know, may God bless you. May God continue to give you everything that you need to continue to be the person that you are. And I remember my pastor, the pastor of my church, Father Weber, 15 years before I was elected, he called me and said, Dr. Mathieu, you know what? You are going to be elected in office. I said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm not interested in that. He said, you are going to be in politics. People are going to put you there. I said, Father Weber, forget about that. But one thing that he told me, I will never forget. He said, no matter where you're going to be, regardless of the position you're going to occupy, never change. Yep. Never change. I would ask Mr. Martin, please, to come, please, to receive the proclamation from the city of New York. There is many whereas to the bottom of that. Whereas Mr. Martin holds a master's degree in health service administration and participates from the new school for social. Be it known that Member Eugene, Councilmember of the 40th District, gratefully honors Mr. Anthony D. Martin for his outstanding service and contribution to New York City. Signed the 16th day of September in the year 2011. Congratulations.
It's Brooklyn, the city, and as you've seen, we touch the world. And that is not going to change, because that's what makes us feel good. That's what we do. So with that, in Administrative 101, you're not supposed to cry. So I'm going to have to stop now. And I'm going to have to let my friend, my mentor, my teacher, Mr. Antonio Martin, say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Antonio Martin. Come on, guys, stand up. Let's go.
I was over at DSSM today, and you know, people were coming up to me and they were shaking my hand and saying what a wonderful job I did, and you know, how impactful I was, and you know, and I turned and I says, how come nobody said this to me before? I've been here 2.5 years, I walk around, I smile, I talk about respect, and nobody tells you anything nice until you leave. So, I'm really moved and I'm humbled. I am, you know, I've been so privileged to be here at this hospital for 3 times. I've been so privileged to work with all of you. I really feel good when visitors come into this institution and they tell me how different it feels, how there is an atmosphere within this organization that is really different, that people look happy, they look respectful, they look to help one another. So that makes me feel that our mantra of respect has taken hold. I still think we have more to go to on the respect meter, because the last time I checked, we hadn't met our goal of 90% on the respect meter, right? So, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I really am. I usually am. I got a lot of smart, lively things to say, and I really don't have. I really just want to say thank you to all of you. It really has been a privilege to work with all of you. I want to acknowledge my friend Councilman Eugene and thank him for all of the support he has been to this hospital. And I think it's important because, you know, as Matthew said, there's not a lot of money around, and so he has fought for us every year to make sure that he supported this hospital. I want to thank my leadership team. I'm so proud of you guys. I really feel blessed. You know, I made a very, I think I did, this I don't take credit for, made a very conscious decision that we had to get the right leaders in the right position to move the organization forward. And I look across here, and I know that we have. And can you guys come on up with me? Come on up. Senior cabinet, can you guys come up with me? And Darryl, come up too. So,
three little birds stood round my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true. This is a message to you. Alright, King Ramsey, don't worry. This man give us really help, everybody. Let me hear everybody say respect. Okay? Mr. Antonio. Remember that, and we all should maintain the role of Mr. Antonio Martin, not because he's gone, but we shall carry on.